What was that? An exhibition? We need emotional content. Try it. I said emotional content, not anger. Now try again. With me. Let me think. Don't think. Feel. It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all that heavenly glow. Do you understand? Never take your eyes off your opponent.
Punch! Well, I haven't got any more laminated flooring. Hey,
I tell you what I'm gonna give you, snakes. I'm gonna give you to the count of 10 to get your ugly, yellow, no-good keister off my property before I pump your guts full of lead.
All right, Johnny, I'm sorry. I'm going.
1, 2, 10. Keep the change, you filthy animal.
We are being invaded! Aliens are going to eat your brain! Aliens are gonna eat your brain! Aliens! Aliens! Light years through space force. Brain. Sexual tension.
Ladbrokes, when you get the chance to throw your life away on a long shot, buy into the knocks, buy into the plots, and feel the buzz of pointless failure. Come and join the fun. Throw away your life savings and your wife's beauty for only 2 to 1 that you'll survive the cancer of mug alcoholism. Ladbrokes, for mugs that can never win the World Cup.
Your imminent failure, is that the conclusion to the enlightened questions? Or is that so conveniently ignored? Conveniently ignored like my predictions of the economic crisis and exactly how it would happen 10 years ago. The only enlightenment in the lifetime of the learning disabled dreams of information theft is how they talk. No more the screeching barks of stupid children, but the regurgitating tones of self-confidence and strained teenage constipation woven into some warped expression of their attractiveness and allurement. The 5:15 turn train to Fartford will be arriving at the speed of sound 10 years too late and exiting the tunnel of Mendog's Mouth at 4:15. Sorry about the delays and any inconvenience. No refunds available. The Mendogs, or the 666 Antichrists of rock and roll. A consequence to 666 in a more modern signification is 2/3. 2/3 of Homer's body mass is fat, and 2/3 of the Democratic vote is usually women. The 666 number of the half-beast, half-man, or modern Britain's brain-damaged population from alcohol, narcotics and medical side effects, very, very similar to Homer's mental difficulties, leads the leaders into a contemporization of the major issues facing relative deprivation and en masse social personality disorders. Though the most historically abominable failure in the history of mankind, it may have been just enough to have deterred you from your ignorant missions of self-destruction infamy. Seemingly not the village idiots, who are primarily reinforced with sugary intake over time whilst plotting. It has them programmed like infected vermin rats pressing the mobile phone button for that lump of cheese, plotting like mini dictatorships of personality disordered ugliness that festers at the anal passage of mankind like an untreated hemorrhoid caused by the giant amount of pure crap being forced out of popularity contests in nowhere places.
With a hint of Chardonnay, perfectly seasoned. I bet a fairy
That's it, little potential drug dealing gangsters. Season your brain developmental problems perfectly. The Hannibal Lecter's 3 o'clock pulsating lunchtime snack in the prison yard. That's it, little mini rappers shouting foreign self-inflicted incompetent semantics at each other in the fight to the death to see who can fail at life the most.
Yeah, I got one question, man. Tell me who next. This nigga salt like a nigga who just getting the best. See, I'm the best, man. I did it. Yeah. See, I'ma let you know who the best by the hour. This like Rosie O'Donnell at a bisexual bridal shower. It ain't nothing to me, man. I keep it for real. Look at this dinner, man, with dinner the grill. See, I'm the best. I told you that. This dude like that, he ran in front of the cat. Now I messed up, but I'ma stay on top. They told me, man, but you know, I'm never gonna flop. Look at this dude, he need to stay in the shade. Ain't no wonder why it came out. He already in the gay parade. I told you, man, I got you. Roasted like ever. You don't know, but my rhymes, they straight up clever. So you step down off the pedestal. I'm the best, man. You need to go to the fucking dental.
Dribbling retarded slim shape.
Dribbling retarded lignende sheep.
Dribbling retarded slimme shape.
What is it you want?
Dribbling retarded slim shape.
Dribbling retarded lignende sheep.
Dribbling retarded slimme shape.
Come on, you bastards! Protect your miserable social positions! Come on! The truth is too much for you to handle. You can't face the embarrassment and the humiliation. So you're a disaster area. And this probably also is conveniently ignored as well. Ignored like the solutions to the economic crisis which I discovered 5 years ago. No, you are the biggest failures in mankind histories, not once, but now twice. Is this not enough for you? The 5:15 turn train to Fartsburn looks like it's going to be 2 years early to make up for the earlier decade's losses. Can the souls of the dead stand back? Sorry about the delay. Do not leave any dusty, dry skeletons unattended, please. Just to clarify that I have the solution, it is judiciary compensation value through community service in contracted work paid back to the government, proportionally covering exact costs of each of the loans. So in these little pockets of time, the electrical and neural synapses of our experiences will be trapped in these pockets for infinity. Oh yes, the enormous, spanning, never-ending ride of the evolution of thought. At the golden pillars entering the halls of fame, your names will be etched as the kings of the village idiots, the greatest losers of all time. Conclusion enough for now, as your exit from the tale.
Well, hi, it's not the end yet.
It's basically an amateur film. This is an amateur film that I produced a couple of years ago. What I'm trying to do is delete about an hour's worth of footage in the middle of it because it was rubbish, and essentially just link the whole thing together, because this is what the basis of the film was supposed to be about, which is about a film called The Time Daemon, Damien 6, and it's a poem which combines quantum physics, human psychology, computer programming psychology and philosophy together to try and find a link between religion and science, in some sense, to show a more profound existence for mankind in the universe. And I'll read it now anyway, so we can link to the next bit. In a polarity of galaxies expanding exponentially, in an analogy of man existentially as mentally and actuality dimensionally, as a logic entity in time perceptivity, with a susceptivity to suppressed nervous system reversing the existence of a moment's persistence of motion under the conditions of tonics and alcoholic potions, as a logic diagnosis of the iconic to conscious process as the essence of expression of time perception in the nervous system's suppression is an exception to time relativity, as a suppression of the implicit speed in an opposite polarity to the symmetry of the galaxies, to mathematically increase the computational capacity and increase the actuality of a moment. This is an omen of a compressed moment expressed in real time but converted to minute time as to minus. What is the profound enlightening point to existence of mankind in our universe? As ideas that can change the fate of a planet and the future of a species, whether good ideas or bad ideas like the economic crash. As inherent ideas of universal stages of intelligent life evolution that can speed up the shifts in civilizational paradigms of existence. Ideas such as mastery of the genetic modification and inhibition of decay of the genome, or counteracting superinflation with macro-quantitative easing. To understand what we are as psychology of the brain, and that in turn as psychology and computer programming, in philosophies and quantum physics, to find a profound link between religion and our history, and science, which is not some sort of cold scam. When you use the time algorithm of life's perception of time, you inverse its capacity and its exclusion from time and space and time relativity, and place this equation in a galactic and planetary sized AI capacity of consciousness, we mankind become gods. As a key that unlocks and changes the rules of physics itself. We may live and we may die, but ultimately, if we have existed, we have always existed forever. So as you take that last breath, you will leap into it.